It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Bulls out in Chicago. They struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And already the grind of the new season starting to show. Shaq, how do you stay fresh for the long haul, both as a player and as just a massive individual?
Veteran guys, you got to know how to pace yourself. And minute restrictions, it really has become a bigger part of the game.
Yeah, I agree. So, injury histories always taken into account now. This is why you have to develop depth.
How do you stay fresh for the long haul?
Oh, man, I have this drink I put together.
Oh, really? What is it?
Oh, yeah. It's a little, I take tomatoes, right? And I squish them up, and it gets real like tomato sauce.
Uh-huh.
And I put that in. And then I take kale salad. I put that in.
What are you making, spaghetti?
I put ginger in it.
Yeah.
Put that in. I put a little cayenne pepper in, a little bell pepper.
Sounds disgusting.
Ernie, he's making lasagna over there.
Sounds disgusting.
Can I get some of your lasagna?
Oh, man, it's the pepper. It makes you pep up.
Yeah, that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Also good.
Let's meet your Chicago Bulls. In the middle, 7 feet, number 42, Robin Lopez. Starting at point guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 32, Chris Dunn. Starting at power forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 34, Wendell Carter. Starting at the other guard, standing 6 foot 5, number 8, Zach LaVine. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6 foot 8, number 2, Jabari Parker. Your home team head coach is Fred Hoiberg. A starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
You can hear the roar here at the United Center. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. And our broadcast team tonight. Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. And, of course, the big news, Andre Drummond out with an injury.
Yeah, and as bad as it turned out to be, it tells you a little bit about his toughness, that when they took him to the locker room after he got hurt, he wanted to come back out and get back on the court.
He's the definition of a gamer. He doesn't want anything to slow him down, even an injury like that.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Griffin is out there with Pachulia. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. Stolen by Bullock. One-on-one here. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And not too long ago, Reggie Jackson signed a 5-year, $80 million deal. A lot of pressure on him to earn that money.
And Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
And so he hits both.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
Dunn kicks to Lopez. Poked loose. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And guys, Chris Dunn has outstanding physical tools. Long arms, athletic, great upside at the defensive end.
And Dunn has the size to guard either backcourt spot.
I agree. A good rebounder for a guard. Gets a lot of steals. He plays with a high energy level.
First one falls for him.
Chris Dunn taken 5th overall back in 2016. Didn't break through in his rookie season with the Wolves. He's getting more opportunity here in Chicago.
Good on both. And Greg, you look at Dunn, it can take longer for point guards to develop in the NBA.
A great point. It's the most cerebral position in our game. Learning how to run an NBA offense is a challenge. Good news, though, is he's putting in the work necessary to figure it out and progressing nicely.
The 15-footer, and he overshot that one, missing. Here's Griffin. That 3 off the mark. Parker outside. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. There's the dish to Carter. Shoots over Griffin. And it's Carter missing.
He's a little uncomfortable in that in-between area, and the defense plays him that way.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Pachulia with the screen on Levine. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. From outside, off the mark.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Done against Jackson. 13 feet away. No good off the front iron. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Bullock. The 3. That doesn't go either for Griffin. Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Oh, the lob to Parker. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 19-point game against Brooklyn. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Smitty, Blake Griffin last season acquired by Detroit at mid-year. How do you like the fit for him with the Pistons?
You know, they needed a playmaker and a shot creator. Also gives them some star power. Putting fans in the seats, that matters.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
That free throw good from Griffin. And in the early part of the season, Steve, teams are usually at their healthiest. How do you maintain that healthy factor throughout the long season?
You know, I love what these organizations are doing, and also players individually. They're getting their rest. They're having the individual trainers on the side. Nutrition has played a huge role right now. And I think for a lot of the younger guys, you can't be afraid to ask the veteran what he's doing. And I think that's what a lot of the veterans right now are taking these young guys under their wing and not only teaching them the skill level on the court, but how to maintain their bodies throughout the season.
Now here's Lopez. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
Lures checked in for Pachulia. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now here's Levine. He's guarded closely. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Griffin. Levine can't hit.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Picked by Griffin. Here's Jackson. And that misses. That would have put him up.
That's one of his shots in his arsenal, but it was terrific rim protection.
It's tipped. Griffin with the steal. On the wing, Jackson. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pistons passing it around. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Dunn misses.
Nice move inside. Has the defender beat, just fails to finish.
Here's Griffin. That shot off the mark. And the Bulls going the other way now.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Carter kicks to Parker. There's a screen. Pass to Lopez. Shot clock at 5. Levine for 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Has that slithery motion coming off the screen. You don't know if Levine's going to drive or pull up.
Lure the screen. The pass to Kennard. The tray. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the 76ers.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. And looking at Jabari Parker, 6'8", about 250 pounds. Greg, what's his best position?
You know, I think he has a small forward skill, but with the way the game is changing, you could see him play some power forward as well. And I think his best fit might just be at the 4 because of the mismatch he can create.
Now here's Griffin. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Brooklyn.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way. He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
Passes it to Carter. He kicks it to Dunn. Three-pointer. That shot off. Now the Pistons take it the other way, coming off that loss against the Nets.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. In that one, it didn't happen.
You know, it's not rocket science. When you're cold from the perimeter, you got to pound it inside and at least draw some fouls.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Jackson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Reggie Jackson, a great season and a half spent in Detroit. Since that time, injuries have slowed him down.
And Jackson dealing with knee tendonitis, Steve, then last season a serious ankle sprain.
Grade 3, as bad as it gets. One of the league's most imposing point guards. He's got to be right, though.
2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson. Well, it feels quite a while ago that the Bulls put up 72 wins in a regular season.
Well, the Warriors beat that mark 2 decades later, and that was a few years ago. But give the Bulls credit. They've been trying to put together a contender. It's just kind of hard to find another Michael Jordan.
Portis, who's checked in for Chicago. Both good from the line that time.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Lopez a screen. Outside, Levine. Back to Dunn. Lopez a screen on Jackson. Dunn misses.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him.
Jackson passes to Kennard. lure the screen. Here's Jackson. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Jackson's got 6 points.
This is where Jackson is dangerous. Trailing him off the screen, he can drive on you. Let him shoot. This is what can happen.
Now here's Portis. Lopez a screen. Levine for 3. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. Pistons trail by 4. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Lure a screen on Dunn. Here's Jackson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris Dunn picks one up. We talk a lot about making plays at the rim and hitting threes, but the mid-range game is still alive, Steve, and it's playing well with some players.
I love it because it's coming back. The guy I come to mind to think of, first of all, is DeMar DeRozan. I think the king of the mid-range.
Take a break.
C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, LaMarcus Aldridge. Chris Paul, for a point guard, does a nice job.
Chris Paul, right.
Knocking down the mid-range game. I love the three-point shot, but I think the mid-range game is starting to come back. Pump fake, one dribble, and knock it down.
Chicago making some changes. Felicio's checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Jabari Parker. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Chris Dunn. Detroit also making some changes. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Reggie Bullock, and it's Ish Smith in for Kennard. And the second free throw, good. The Bulls leading by 3. Levine passes to Holiday. They set the pick. Nice D from Griffin. He feeds it to Jackson. Yep, that one goes. Jackson's got 9.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Levine kicks to Felicio. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. And the Pistons making a change here. Galloway's checked in. Here's Valentine. And again, no good by Chicago.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
Levine against Smith. Here's the screen. And Levine, here we go. 6 on the shot clock. Portis sets the pick for Holiday. That 3 off the mark. The Pistons leading. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Dwayne Casey gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He said that interior presence is #1 on their list defensively. He told me that they have to make it difficult inside and close out the passing lanes to prevent easy looks in the paint. We'll see if that works for him, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Valentine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Portis a screen on Robinson. The shot by Valentine, no good. And, well, Detroit shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Stolen by Levine. And Holiday has it in the corner. Levine against Smith. To stop the drought. Levine can't hit.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Smith, the pass to Griffin. Look at that jam!
Nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree. Blake Griffin's teammates have to say wow because they get the chance night in and night out to see something fantastic.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Ish Smith, an excellent backup point guard, more than capable of holding down the starting spot as well.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside Holiday. And Galloway pulls it down. Well, Steve Ish Smith with speed to burn. Man, can he fly.
Like a rocket, he pushes the pace. As fast as he plays, he keeps his turnovers extremely low.
Now here is Holiday. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Pass to Portis. Fades. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Back to Smith. Lure the screen. Smith kicks to Robinson. Lure a screen on Portis. Here's Robinson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Portis. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Portis the screen. For 3, Levine. Rebound by the Pistons. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Now here's Levine. He's coming off a 25-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. They set the pick. Here's Portis. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
When it comes to stretching the floor, we're starting to see some consistency from Bobby Portis.
The feed to Lure. Stolen by Levine. He nails it, and we're tied up. Levine's got 10 points in the game.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Smith the pass to Galloway. Back to Smith. Levine with the rebound.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That one's not going to go.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Pistons have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
One shot.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's the screen. 5 to shoot. Kicks to Holiday. Takes a 3. No good on the shot. Blake Griffin getting it done for Detroit. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action after this word. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something to take pride in, that you have all your teammates back on the defensive end, and when it gets down to it, you're kind of that last line of defense. And obviously, defense is a team-oriented ideal, but there's something fun about that. I think there's something competitive about that.
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know to take control of a game, getting stops is one of them.
Portis is out there with Valentine. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. That free throw good from Galloway. Steve, for the Pistons, improving chemistry on and off the court has been a big focus.
Yes, locker room leadership and pieces that fit together on the court. It's about building a team in every sense of the word.
Galloway hits both of them.
After going undrafted, Langston Galloway in 2015, he was named to the all-rookie second team. It's a terrific story.
LaVine can't hit. Pistons leading by 5. Feeds it to Smith. Up top, Pachulia. It's deflected.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
Now here's Valentine, guarded by Robinson. Portis a screen on Robinson. Here's Valentine. Some solid defense from Robinson. Outside Griffin. Smith against LaVine. Picked by Pachulia. Now here's Griffin. Not a lot of room. Outside Robinson. Over Valentine. No good off the back of the rim.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away. He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Here's Smith, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And the Pistons lead by 7.
The defense slow to react that time. Smith makes them pay using his quickness.
LaVine kicks to Felicio, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Bulls, Carter comes in for Felicio, and it's done in for LaVine. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Pistons. Luke Kennard comes in for Langston Galloway. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. To the paint. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded by Bullock. And again, Chicago, no good.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Dunn, cans the 12-footer.
Chris Dunn is shifty, does the most damage with the ball in his hands, and you see why.
Smith kicks to Griffin. Now the pass to Kennard. Picked by Pachulia. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate. Luke Kennard, the 12th pick in the 2017 draft out of Duke, an outstanding shooter and has a lot more to show in his game.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Lopez comes in for Portis, and Parker's subbed in for Justin Holiday. And Detroit with a change here, too. Jackson's checked in.
One shot.
And Kennard, Smitty, went 1 pick in front of Rookie of the Year contender Donovan Mitchell. Some Piston fans ticked off about that.
Yeah, I understand. But he was top 20 in three-point percentage right out of the gates. It's not just about year one. I think Kennard has a chance to be good.
Chicago calls timeout.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Parker outside. Bulls moving the ball around. Dunn passes to Lopez. Back to Dunn. Stolen away. Here's Kennard. Here's Griffin. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Jackson against Dunn. Dishes it to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Parker with a clean look. And the Bulls with another miss. Detroit leading by 10. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. Smitty, you look at how teams run their offensive sets. Are we in a pick-and-roll era right now, or has the tide shifted away from that a little?
No, I think so. I think we're looking at a lot of teams running pick-and-roll, especially we have two fantastic players involved. It's hard to defend, especially when there's a great talent at the guard spot and a big. Then it's hard for you to switch. But I'm looking at it right now because of spacing and because of the use of the corner three. We're looking at a lot more pick and rolls used at the top of the key versus when I played, we used a lot of side pick and rolls.
And not just smalls given to bigs, but bigs throwing down low to smalls.
Yeah, and a lot of these bigs are running the pick and rolls, and the guards are setting the picks.
Right. For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
And this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself before you get a chance to go in there, because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card. You ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd have cards in front of
Kevin,
me.
Not at all. Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
Pachulia kicks to Griffin, lets the three fly. Valentine grabs the board.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
It's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Dunn.
Great defense, great contest. You have to live with the results because Chris Dunn's a crafty scorer inside.
Now here's Griffin. Here's Kennard. Picked by Pachulia. Passes it to Kennard. Lays it up and banks it in. Kennard's got 5 points now this quarter.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
Here is Carter. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Lets it go from 14. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Griffin a screen on Dunn. Jackson passes to Griffin. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Dunn. Jumps up and Dunn with the slam.
Great steal to get them in transition. Chris Dunn with the anticipation, so disruptive on the defensive end.
Jackson kicks to Pachulia. And Griffin, here we go. And Blake Griffin draws a lot of fouls from the defense. And you look at his percentage, Steve, at the line. He's turned a weakness certainly into a strength.
It's been a reflection of his work ethic. Year after year, we've seen him make steady improvement at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Steve, last season, even with Robin Lopez playing 64 games, the Bulls were dead last in block shots.
Yeah, Robin averaged less than 1 block a game for the first time in 6 years. What's really sad about that, he still led the team.
And the second free throw, good.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Dunn kicks to Carter. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. Back to Carter. Pass to Lopez. Out to Parker. They set the pick. Off the pick. And the dunk by Parker.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket. It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Valentine with it. 9 points last game out. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Lewis checked in for the Pistons. Dunn against Jackson. Lure a screen on Dunn. Here's Jackson. That one falls. Jackson's got 11.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Bulls trail by 6. Dunn passes to Carter. He kicks to Lopez. Pass to Dunn. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside. And, well, Detroit shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And he gets the bucket. And it's an 8-point Detroit lead.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's the screen. Carter sets the pick for Parker. Jumper off the screen. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson misses.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Valentine kicks to Dunn. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Parker right side. Over Lure. And the shot is long.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Baseline try. Kennard's shot is off. Bulls trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Dunn against Jackson. Lopez a screen. Carter kicks to Lopez. And there's the pass to Dunn. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Dunn's got 9 points in the quarter.
You see he's feeling it now. Shot looks much more in sync this quarter.
Passes to Pachulia. Here's Kennard. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Pass to Kennard. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Carter's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Valentine passes to Carter. Rebound by the Pistons.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Picked by Pachulia. Bullock with it. Lopez is there. Lure. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Carter. Now here's Valentine. Rebound by the Pistons. Pachulia's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Awfully hard to get back into the game when one of your key shooters is this ice cold and has been all quarter.
Pass to Jackson. There's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Lure the screen. Kennard's shot is off.
And you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
Certainly not the high percentage look, but we don't know what the game plan is calling for. That might be it.
So it's the Pistons now, following the miss by Chris Dunn. 40 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And that one, good. But Julia's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
As you can imagine, this is where Zaza gets most of his points, right in that painted area.
Dunn kicks to Lopez. Dunn against Jackson. Dunn dishes to Lopez. It's Parker outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Parker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Dunn against Jackson. Tipped away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Detroit with the ball. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Pistons lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. And guys, for the Pistons, Kenny?
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, in large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they're getting beat up on the boards, Ernie. Woo. Smack them around, smack them around. And you know the coach is unhappy about it, because I'm unhappy about it, Ernie. I'm sure he's in the locker room right now saying, hey, we can bounce back in the second half. You need to dig deep, show some pride.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break and halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the 3rd. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Well, we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the 3rd. And Detroit looking at who they've got. But Julian is out there with Griffin. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
Well, you know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty started to be questioned. And that's the shot he wants, just a little bit out of rhythm.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's his first foul. Driven against Carter. Here's Kennard. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And here is Dunn. There's the screen. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Levine.
And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
Jackson misses. Jackson against Dunn. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Outside, Levine. 5 on the clock.
Zach LaVine, he has the mentality of a go-to scorer. He's got the confidence to take and make tough contested shots.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Levine.
I mean, thinking back to where Levine was drafted, 13th overall, raised some eyebrows, but it was all about upside.
And so Levine nails both of them. Pistons leading by 3. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Pachulia, no luck. And Steve, Zach LaVine, no lack of confidence. Great range on his shot. What's the next step, you think, in the maturation of his game?
Without question, it's at the defensive end. A slender build, but has the tools to be a quality defender. It's about focus and the desire to be a two-way player.
4 on the clock. Outside Carter. That shot missing. It's a close game here in Chicago. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Jackson passes to Kennard. Over Levine. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Well, Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Dunn kicks to Carter. Lopez a screen. And Levine throws it down.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Pistons leading by 3. Bullock passes to Jackson. No good with the triple.
You know, coming out of the half, you want to set the tone for the rest of the game. But going 1 for 4 is the wrong way to do it. He got the space he needed, but just blew the layup. It hurts me to see points lost like that.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. Overdone. Misses off the left iron.
And with that miss, shooting only 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
And Lopez gets it to go.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Felicio's checked in for Lopez. Bobby Portis comes in for Carter. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Chris Dunn.
No hesitation from Blake on that catch and shoot jumper.
And here's Holiday following the three-pointer by Blake Griffin. Here's the teardrop. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Holiday.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Picked by Pachulia. Here's Galloway. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the Pistons lead by 4.
Defensively, you know Galloway's looking for his shot coming off the screen. They gave him a little too much airspace. Boom.
Now here's Levine. He's got 16. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Zach LaVine, a high riser, the 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Levine. And from everything you hear, Levine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, you know, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
And so Levine nails both of them.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Inside. Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And so often when there's contact, Zaza's involved. This time shows good focus to complete the play.
Portis sets the pick for Holiday. Portis a screen on Robinson. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here is Smith. Picked by Pachulia. Smith kicks to Galloway. Floats one, and the layup is up and in. Galloway has got 4 this quarter.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Levine against Smith. Griffin on the double team. Lets it go. Portis can't get it to go. Pistons leading by 4. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Lures checked in for Pachulia. Now the pass to Smith. Kicks it to Galloway. Levine against Smith. 5 to shoot. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Lure the screen.
pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
Well, Steve, at the same time that the rest of the NBA seems to be going small, the Pistons are building their fortunes around two traditional big men like Drummond and Blake Griffin. Do you like that direction?
Yeah, I do. Andre Drummond, he has tremendous mobility for his size. And Blake Griffin, he's highly skilled. I think it's about the pieces you put around them, guys that can shoot and guys that can play without the basketball in their hands.
Oh, good on that one.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
And he's good on the second. Steve, the Pistons still one of the better defensive teams in the NBA, but wouldn't you say there is still room for improvement there?
Yeah, I think so, especially since Drummond is so young. He's the key, though. Also, Blake Griffin makes them a better rebounding team.
Now here's Levine. 18 points for him. And that one is good. Levine's got 10 points in just the second half.
His marksmanship this quarter has been unbelievable, yet they still trail in this game.
Smith kicks to Lure. Passes to Galloway. No good on the shot. And the Bulls going the other way now. From the high post. That one's good. And the Piston lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Holiday. The Pistons have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Smith the pass to Griffin. Hits the three-point bomb. Griffin's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Pistons.
I am happy for Blake Griffin. He has increased his range year in and year out.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's foul number 2 for him. Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. Left side, Portis. And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Felicio is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line.
At the line for the Pistons, Ish Smith taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Everybody talked about that huge Jimmy Butler trade last year. Some people criticized the Bulls' return in the deal, but the team seems happy with what they got.
Smith hits them both. Well, talking about that trade, it's obvious the Bulls were thinking full-on rebuild.
Yeah, they got young assets in Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn. Lowry Marketing was a great draft pick. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler and the Wolves, they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Now, here is Robinson. Pass to Galloway. Down low. Off on the layup. Bulls trail by 6. Now Levine. Portis a screen on Smith, and John Lure gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Valentine wide open. He fires. Buries it from three-point range. Valentine's got 5 now.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Smith against Levine. Lure dishes to Smith. Back to Lure. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Now here's Levine. 20 points for him. Smith with the defensive effort. Here's Galloway. In the corner, it's Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. A floater, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. The first one falls.
The winners of 6 championship titles, the Chicago Bulls, all in the 1990s, and all with Jordan and Pippen.
And so he hits both. Well, the Bulls rebuilt their team a couple times, but then things would unravel.
Yeah, you had the Derrick Rose years. He won league MVP playing for the Bulls. Then you had Jimmy Butler. He gets traded. They continue to search for that championship formula once again.
Now here's Griffin. Defense right on him. Stolen by Levine. Here we go, one-on-one. A shot by Valentine, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
In the corner, it's Robinson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Now, here's Portis. They set the pick. Fades back. Count it. Portis has got 5 now.
Big guy with a high release. Bobby Portis can get a clean look from mid-range almost anytime he wants.
Smith kicks to Robinson. Lure the screen. Robinson drives in. It's rebounded by Portis. Bulls trail by 9. Valentine with it. And Bobby Portis out of Arkansas, improving his long-range shooting year after year.
Yes, he has a nice release, Kevin, on his shot. Not just a finesse big man, though.
Shooting 2.
He battles at either the 4 or the 5 spot.
First free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Some changes for Chicago. Robin Lopez is checked in for Felicio. Carter comes in for Portis, and it's done in for Justin Holiday. And Detroit with a change here, too. Kennard, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And so Levine nails both of them. 1:30 left to play here in the third. Lure a screen on Levine. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. Free throw good, Lure.
Well, a big focus for the Pistons has been improving their shooting, and they've done it. Last season, the 5th best three-point percentage in the league.
Both shots good from the stripe. And Steve, last season the Pistons' three-point percentage was top 5, but their percentage inside the arc, bottom 5.
Only middle of the pack in terms of the number of threes they attempted. Might want to shoot more from long range, force the defense to really guard them out there to open up the inside.
Now here's Levine, and John Lure gets the whistle that time. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Chicago, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Shooting 2. If we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
That free throw missing. Second free throw, no good.
And really, things were bound to balance out eventually. He'd been money at the line before that trip.
No one near him. That's one he's got to hit. One he usually hits.
And the shot is good. Valentine's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Levine. Now here's Lure. 5 points in the game. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. That's 23 points for Blake Griffin.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Levine. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And the free throw stats there, 6 of 8 shooting, so 75% so far.
2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. A different look here for Detroit. Pachulia comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Robinson. And so Levine nails both of them. Detroit leading by 7. And here's Smith. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Unafraid to take it inside. Ish challenging the defender. Comes out a winner.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
One shot, on the lanes.
Free throw drop for Smith.
You know, the way he plays the game, he's always in attack. This is the one area I think he definitely has to improve on in his career. Ish Smith is knocking down free throws.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pistons ahead, leading by 10. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Levine and Valentine are the wingmen. Carter out there with Robin Lopez. And it's done in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. The kick out to Lopez. Just 5 on the clock. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. The shot by Valentine, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Knocks it loose. Smith outside. No good from outside.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Levine. Tries again. Makes it off the glass. Levine's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Chicago.
And you like to see this from Levine, attacking in the paint with confidence.
Now here's Bullock. He's guarded closely. Lure the screen. Valentine passes to Dunn. Misses the three. Detroit leading by 8. Pass to Kennard. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. The pass to Pachulia. Lure the screen. Pachulia kicks to Smith. Over Levine. Off the left rim and out.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. Levine's got 28.
Sometimes when Levine doesn't want to challenge at the rim, he goes to the floater.
Smith the pass to Kennard. Back to Smith. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Pistons lead by 8.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Lopez a screen on Lure. Lopez with the ball. Now guarded by Pachulia. Carter sets the pick for Valentine. The kick out to Lopez. Lopez a screen. And it's done, penetrating. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Parker's checked in for Chicago. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Jackson, he's checked in for Smith. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pachulia with the steal. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Levine. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Thursday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Bulls trail by 8. Outside, Levine. To the inside, Dunn. Back to Levine. To the wing on the left. Dunn, wide open, he fires. And the Bulls with another miss.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And finished off by Lure.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Detroit making a switch. Griffin's checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen in on what Fred Hoiberg told his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
6 to shoot. Parker against Griffin. Shoots. Bullock with the rebound. Bullock's got his 5th rebound in this one. They double-team Griffin. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Detroit has possession. Pachulia dishes to Jackson. Pass to Kennard. He kicks it to Griffin. Picked by Griffin. Clock at 4. Here's Kennard. That one off the back iron and out. Bulls trail by 10. On the wing, Levine. Dunn outside. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. He dishes it to Lopez. Pass to Parker. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Detroit leading by 10. Bullock kicks to Jackson. Lopez against Pachulia. Outside Griffin. Sinks the three-pointer. Griffin's got 26 points.
When Blake gets on a roll, you have to watch out. This is a man who has found some rhythm, and he is not letting up.
Lopez, a screen on Griffin. And there's the pass to Levine. To the paint. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Bullock. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Levine. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Bullock dishes to Jackson. Now here's Pachulia. Dunn covering. They set the screen. Here's Griffin. Here's Pachulia. Good D by Lopez. Bulls trail by 13. Dunn outside. Carter on the wing. Shoots over Griffin. And too long on the shot.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Poked away. Now Levine. And Carter has it in the corner. And the Bulls with another miss.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Well, Chicago's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Screened by Parker. Outside, Levine. Dunn against Jackson. Dunn kicks to Levine. 6 on the shot clock. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. And again, no good by Chicago.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Not sure who was supposed to close out on him. Huge defensive breakdown.
And this has been a running theme. Guys out of position, failing to contest. Just look at the scoreboard.
Portis is checked in for Carter.
Bobby Portis.
Bulls trail by 18. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his 4th foul of the contest. On defense, Detroit. And that one's good. Parker.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
Detroit with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Jackson dishes to Pachulia. To the left wing. Lopez with the steal. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. Levine wide open. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. Now the Pistons with it. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Picked by Pachulia. Jackson has the open look. It's good from long range. And the Pistons lead by 19.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lopez sets a screen for Portis. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Pachulia. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Robinson's checked in for the Pistons.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Speaking of Bobby Portis, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, he's going to give you maximum effort every night.
And he makes both free throws.
Last season, the Bulls only won 27 games, but they showed a lot of promise. Hoiberg finally had a roster that could play up-tempo offense, a free-flowing style. That's how he coached in college.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And we're talking about Hoiberg. He really looks to take advantage of a defense before it's set.
So true. He'll run someone off an early screen for a three-point look. Quick dribble handoffs, a lot of movement. He got last year's team to play unselfishly and play hard.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
No good on that one. That's off as well, so he misses both. And Robin Lopez, one of those dirty work type of big men, rebounding, defending, a lot of grit, setting screens. He does it all.
Yeah, unselfish. He does know his role. It just makes things easier for his teammates. Has his quirks, but has proven to be a great teammate. All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Dunn passes to Lopez. Outside Portis. Lopez a screen. There's Parker with the 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Parker outside. Down at the elbow. Outside Levine. Lopez a screen. And Robinson comes to help. Here's Kennard. Outside Jackson. 13 feet away. And he nails the jumper.
Timeout.
Jackson's got 8 points in the quarter.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches. That has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money. Money, that's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? Dunn kicks to Portis. Screened by Parker. Portis, the pass to Levine. And it's Parker in the corner. 5 on the clock. Bucket is good.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
Pistons leading by 18. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Bullock. Outside for Griffin. Drills it from outside. Griffin's got 29 in the game.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Outside Levine. Shot clock at 6.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pistons.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions in the nice night it ended up being for Blake Griffin.
He played with a lot of fire, a lot of heart, especially on the glass. He's one of those guys who acts like every rebound is his, and many of them were tonight.
Dunn kicks to Portis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Bobby Portis. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Chicago making some changes. Felicia's checked in for Lopez. Justin Holiday comes in for Levine, and it's Payne in for Dunn. And then for Detroit, Henry Ellenson's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Langston Galloway comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Calderon in for Reggie Jackson. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. And the Pistons with possession. There's the pick. Here's Galloway, guarded by Holiday. With the floater, and he sinks the layup.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
He cans that one. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
Just putting in the work, and my teammates, honestly, believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.